Bem-vindos ao nosso espaço, um mergulho profundo nos assuntos mais interessantes de esportes, ciências e temas gerais do momento. Aqui você vai encontrar conteúdo de qualidade, com análises empolgantes e descobertas fascinantes que vão expandir seus horizontes. Nossa missão é trazer informação relevante de forma dinâmica e descontraída. Queremos que você faça parte dessa jornada incrível de conhecimento e diversão. Se gostar do nosso conteúdo, não esqueça de deixar seu like e se inscrever no canal para não perder nenhuma novidade. Ative o sininho também. Aproveite!
If you love science, don't forget to like and subscribe. Imagine surviving in one of Earth's most violently unstable environments, the Intertidal Zone. Twice a day, these fragile residents are assaulted by relentless waves, crushed by gravity, and then, perhaps most dangerously, left exposed to the searing sun and dehydrating air. This is the life of the common mussel, and its secret to remaining anchored is not simple strength, but an astonishing feat of molecular engineering known as the Byssal thread. We call this phenomenon the desiccation helix. The mussel's foot secretes a sticky, powerful adhesive, but the true marvel lies in the threads themselves. These are not static ropes, they are sophisticated composite structures designed to manage energy dissipation. A single Byssal thread is composed of two main sections, a stiff, collagenous stem, and a highly stretchable, rope-like distal region that attaches to the rod. It is this distal region, the part that absorbs the kinetic energy of breaking waves, that holds the key to the mussel's survival. Traditional materials science often forces us to choose. Do we want something rigid and strong, or something flexible and weak? The mussel, however, achieved a third option. Materials that are both stiff and incredibly resilient. This resilience is rooted in what scientists term hyperelasticity. Hyperelasticity describes materials that can undergo massive deformations and return almost completely to their original shape without breaking, a behavior synthetic polymers often fail to achieve efficiently. In the Byssal thread, this property is governed by highly specialized proteins known as mussel foot proteins, or MFPs. Inside the mussel thread, these MFPs are arranged in a semi-crystalline pattern, which includes the critical, sacrificial bonds. Think of these bonds as molecular fuses. When a massive wave slams into the mussel, the strain energy rushes through the thread. Rather than letting that energy travel directly to the stiff collagen core, causing catastrophic failure, the sacrificial bonds break first. This process is called fracture dissipation. Crucially, these bonds break and dissipate energy non-catastrophically, allowing the mussel to temporarily stretch far beyond the breaking point of any comparable man-made fiber. When the stress subsides, the thread doesn't snap. The broken sacrificial bonds spontaneously reform in the presence of water, essentially, self-healing the material. This self-repair loop is fundamental to surviving the repetitive stress of the tides. A static, stiff anchor would accumulate microfractures and fail quickly. The mussel thread, by constantly sacrificing and rebuilding its internal molecular structure, essentially resets its structural integrity after every major wave impact. This adaptability is what turns a potential death blow into a minor, recoverable event. But the Byssal must also survive the low tide, facing the threat of drying out. The desiccation helix refers not only to the ability of the thread to stretch but also to the water-retaining properties of its protein matrix. MFP proteins have a high concentration of DOPA, an amino acid derivative, which provides potent water resistance and adhesive qualities. When the tide pulls back, exposing the mussel to air, the coiled helix structure of the MFPs helps trap moisture within the thread's core, preventing it from becoming brittle and snapping when the waves return. Without this hyperelastic, self-healing, moisture-retaining design, the mussel would be instantly peeled from the rock. The extreme stretchiness acts as a shock absorber for kinetic stress, while the internal chemical structure acts as a defense against thermal and drying stress, a biological masterclass in multitasking. For engineers, the Byssal thread represents the holy grail of biomimicry. Researchers are actively studying this molecular system to develop next-generation synthetic materials. Imagine surgical sutures that self-heal under internal stress, or body armor that dissipates kinetic energy far more efficiently than current Kevlar systems, or even underwater adhesives strong enough to bond ships or repair infrastructure in turbulent environments. The potential applications are revolutionary. The humble mussel, often overlooked, provides a blueprint for materials science that simultaneously achieves strength, ductility, and self-repair. It proves that sometimes the best way to handle extreme stress isn't to be unbreakable, but to be supremely flexible and constantly ready to heal. For more incredible facts like this, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.